Welcome to SNG. If you've already subscribed, it's appreciated. If you haven't, consider it. And if you're curious about what's going on with my fat bastard buddy Jones, I don't have a clue. Guy's been absent. So if you see him, tell him I'm looking for him. All is good, man. Got a nice ride in yesterday. Did get wet, which is a disadvantage of riding without rear and front fenders in the rain. But it was still cool. So I have a couple added features that we put in the garage, and there's one particular one that you got to check into. If you don't have this, you've got to get it. All you guys out there with your garages, man. All right, so I'm going to turn this thing around and show you a couple things we just slammed up. So, new airline, retractable airline there, retractable airline over there, which is cool. Retractable electric, so we're not, wheeling electrical cords all over the place. And a retractable little LED light. So that's cool. Another retractable hose. Retractable hose reel. That's pretty cool. And we are fortunate enough to have water out here, and we plumbed in a drain when we did this thing, and we just put in a little stainless steel sink, and I was shocked at man, these things are really affordable. Came with the drain, came with the gooseneck faucet, and it was pretty cool. But this is the thing. This is where it's at right here. Check this out. We have a urinal. Hey, we do not have to go out in the cold blizzards or the rain. It is. And here's the cool thing. Now, you can get this flush kit for it, for water. And we did plumb some water to it. But here's the cool thing. You don't have to put that flush kit on there. They've got this little handy dandy little valve right there. It's got some lemonade in it right now. But it's this little vacuum valve. And we haven't had the water turned on, and we've been using it, and it actually does not smell. Keeps everything below that little valve. And then you really don't even need the trap. You could just flat put that right through the wall, and you're good to go. And it was really, really economical. So, if you don't have one of those, you gotta get one. Well, we're on the 80 cubic inch Evolution. It's a 91 Electraglide. And it's time to button up this ignition. So what I've done, anytime I take anything old apart, providing I have the time, and then I'll chase every thread, clean up the threads, get the Loctite off of things. I'll take all of the screws that comes out, I'll clean those. I will get the oil off of them, spray them off with some brake cleaner, and get them to where if I use Loctite, it actually works. I usually blow them out. Thought I did. And get everything ready to put back together. So that's already been done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the ignition rotor, and the ignition rotor has a dimple in the back. That dimple in the back will fit into this notch. And when I take that, I put that on and kind of spin it, I can feel it kind of set, it'll set right back in there. So we know that is in a good spot. I'll take the ignition rotor screw bolt. I am going to put some Loctite, some blue Loctite on it. I will typically put it toward the, end of the bolt. You don't have to go, drip, maybe 2 drips. And I will get that started. As far as torque, a lot of the people I heard online and some of the things that I read was 43 to 48 inch-pounds for this screw. You damn sure don't want to snap it off in the end of your camshaft. Makes for a bad day. Just elongate your day. But in the actual manual for this bike, it's stating 75 to 80 inch-pounds. So I'm going to start at I'm going to start at 45, and I'm going to see. So I already have my torque wrench set up at 85 inch-pounds, or not 85, but 45 inch-pounds. And I am going to, and again, do make sure that you're in that groove and you're setting back flat. And I'm going to kind of get an idea on all right. And guys that do this all the time, man, they probably do not need to torque like I'm torquing everything. They've done it enough times, they can feel it. And I think for most of it, I could kind of feel too. Not that I could feel, at what inch-pounds I'm in, but you get a feel. I just want to feel it here because I want to see if I want to go up and double this. You know what? I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to that 45, 46. Maybe I'll put just a little bit more on it. But I've got Loctite on it. It's seated. Love your guys' input on what you've set them at. If you do use a torque wrench. So that's that. The next thing we're going to do is get this set up. And this will spin around. And there is a notch right here. And you want to make sure that, there's nothing in that notch. But that notch, every time this rotor goes around and comes to these gaps, is what tells this thing when to ignite, when to spark, so to speak, I guess. So I am going to kind of take my time here. And bring that back. You want to get it, I have it back in that notch. I need to bring it out just a little bit. And I might need a little screwdriver to help me out. There we go. And get that set back against. Okay, and I felt that go in. And I went ahead and I actually made a mark where I was at, and I may have to adjust that. But once you get that in there, I'm going to take these actual screws. Yeah, that's what they look like. And this end will go in here, and then your cam cover, your not cam cover, but your ignition plate is what screws to this. So I'm going to hit that with a little blue Loctite. Not much, because I don't need much. And I'm not going to cinch it down yet, but so Jones, if you're watching this, I know you've been working on some plumbing. You're going to have to come back and tell us your plumbing stories. I know that's your favorite thing to do, and I think he's plumbing in a bath for his daughter, doing a little, you know, a pod, a lavy, a shower. So I know he's having fun. So I see I made a little couple little scribe marks to where I know where that was at. So I'm going to make sure I'm back on those spots. And I think I'm real happy with that. And I'm assuming I'll probably have to do a little adjustment. Probably shouldn't have put the blue Loctite on now, but I like that. Okay. So I'm not going torque spec here. There actually is a torque spec though. The torque spec for these are, they're calling their sensor plate screws, are 15 to 30 inch-pounds. So that feels like about 28.2, 28.25. Hopefully you know I'm kidding you. There you go. So I'm happy with that. And I'm not going to put the rest together because I'm going to fire this thing up and we're going to check the timing and stuff like that. But what will happen when you're ready to put this back on is you're going to put in your gasket is next. Okay. Next will be your plate and small holes if you happen to have the one that has 4 holes. We'll go there. And then we have 2 Phillips screws that will go here and here. Tighten that up. And then I'm putting on the stock plate, and I'll grab that to show you. And that's the plate that was riveted on. And I'll probably rivet it back on. But that then rivets to that. And some people put screws in. I mean, if you think you're going to have to get in there and you're going to have to adjust the timing, obviously you don't want to rivet it, you know, until you're ready to go. But I may rivet it, I may not. I haven't made my mind up yet. But that takes care of that. That's how we'll finish up that. So what I have left to do is obviously put this back on. I have to get the exhaust on. These are Samson True Duals, so I have to get my front cylinder exhaust on this side, and air cleaner cover and the filter, and I think my floorboard, and that is about it. And this thing's ready to fire up. So we're getting there. It's been a long time, but I am going to have this on the road, and I am going to ride it rain, snow, sleet, just like the mailman. I'm riding this right to the mailman's backyard. Enjoy your evening. Have fun. Remember, stomp that bell, pat that poodle bug, punch that monkey in the throat, and if you ride them, wrench them. But only if you want to. Later.